In our next tutorial, we're going to go over some of the data entry basics, some shortcuts, some tips, just to show you how to use the program more effectively. Right now I have some information entered on the very first board game in the list here, which is the Game of Life. And what I want to point out is that if you take your mouse and you hover over any field, you will actually get a tooltip that will actually show you the information in the field. So therefore, if you have data that runs long and you can't see the entire field, then you can use your mouse, hover above the field, and it will give you a tooltip as to the entire contents of what's in the field. Now, I've gone ahead and entered some information on here to get started, but I want to show you some shortcuts. Let's take a look at Publisher. Since Publisher is in red, it means that there are items in the drop-down list. Let's take a look. In this case, Hasbro, Ideal, Milton Bradley, and Parker Brothers. When you have items in a drop-down list, once you begin typing, the program will try to autofill for you. So, in this case, the publisher was Hasbro, and as you can tell, Hasbro shows up in the list. If I hit Tab, it will fill in Hasbro for me. No need to type in anything further. And the next thing I want to show you is this here, the topic and category. Now this here happens to be quite a long list, and I know that the topic of this game has to do with economic, and it also has some humor. So what I can do for this field, since I'm going to use multiple items from the list, I can right click and click Choose Multiple Drop-Down Items. It'll give me an entire list of everything in the drop-down, and I can click Economic, and I can click Humor, and notice down here in the preview that the items are separated by semicolon. That means basically that these were multiple items selected. I click OK. That information gets put in the box. Now, overall condition, I might actually want to type in more information than I can actually see in the box. So a better way to do that for fields where you type in a large amount of information, maybe over 100 characters, is I can right click and click Show Enlarged Text Field. And this way I can actually see everything I'm typing a lot easier, and I can type everything in here, and then I can click OK. So let me go ahead. The box is slightly damaged. The game board had water spilled on it. Overall, it is in okay condition. I type all that, I click OK, and notice that the contents go beyond the actual length of the box. However, if I hover, I can see everything that was typed into the box. So that's where the tooltips are very handy. So as we go over this, as I've shown you, the program will autocomplete for you as you begin typing if there are items in the drop-down list that match what you're typing. You can also right-click and choose multiple items from a drop-down list. You can also right-click and show an enlarged text field to type in information greater than 100 characters that basically would not be seen in the box as you're typing. And those are some very quick tips on how to enter data quickly and efficiently in my own collectibles.